Let's go. What's good? New Year's. We back.
It's Gucci.
You already know.
Right.
Man, I know we lost, we started off, you know what I'm saying, send condolences to Combat Jack's family. Start off saying that, you know, he's done a lot for hip hop and just, you know, been a lawyer in the game for many years. He was actually your first lawyer, right?
Yeah, Reggie Osei. It's crazy because him and Ed Woods and Louise West were my first lawyers, and then Ed Woods and Reggie broke off and did their own thing and were representing Jay-Z and I. And you know, I didn't know that Reggie was sick, and he passed, and I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I saw that Ed Woods had passed a couple days
Yeah, you
before
just told me
that.
that. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So it's like they both passed, you know, on the same week, you know, and that's crazy, you know, to me. I didn't even know what it meant, how to approach it, you know, how to feel about it. You know what I mean? You know, in that, you know, as of recently, you know, Reggie and I hadn't seen certain things eye to eye, but, you know, as a man, you're allowed to see things differently. And, you know, if I had known that he was going through it like that, I would have definitely reached out. I saw that he had posted a picture of on his Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
I just had no idea. You know, had I known, I would have definitely called in and checked on him. And
Exactly.
so, you know, but you know, and then like a week before that, a friend of mine got killed, Damien, over at MBB, and you know, Damien and I were friends for a while. You know, we did. He used to be a pro fighter, and then he started promoting fighters, and I got real cool with him because, you know, he was working with Winky Wright, and it evolved into us doing a boxing network together called Black and Blue TV.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he opened up, or you know, was a part of the MBV, the bar, and they were one of the first people because of him, and you know, the relationship with my OG Daniel, to carry Dusko whiskey. And you know, he's always was a stand-up guy, but the thing that always stood out to me the most was that he was a good dad. You know, he would bring his son around and a lot and give him guidance, and if he didn't feel he was communicating the guidance correctly, he would have me communicate the guidance. And you know, number one, he's my age, he's in his 40s, and
right.
you know, it's like you think because you're at a certain age, you know, people don't still get killed, and it's like, damn, you're like,
that tomorrow's promised.
People are still getting killed in you know, at 40s, and you know, you feel like you beat the game, and things like this still happen. And then it's just like when you take someone's life, however you justify it, you know, you got to kind of think about how many other people it affects. Like, you know, that was the breadwinner of the family. That was a dad that gave guidance. A whole, you know, a whole system depended on him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you punishing kids. You know, you taking fathers from their children. Like, is it worth it really to hurt so many people? Is there another way to approach it? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know that, you know, I came from a place of extreme circumstance, and there was a survival, and if you played by the rules, you're supposed to survive, you know, and I'm sure you come from the same environment,
right.
And you know, I've been lucky enough to be able to take myself out of that environment, you know, and not have to live in the jungle like that, but you know, I know when I was in the jungle, it just was like by any means necessary, whatever you felt like, you know, if you broke the rules, it was justified. But just karmically, you know, just think, you know, is it really worth hurting so many people just to prove certain points for rules that only exist in one environment? You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth that? You know, and that's, you know, I know it's easy for me to say that being out of that environment, but, you know, that was the reason why I got out of that environment, because I was just like, this doesn't seem worth it or sustainable. And, you know, it just feels like karma lasts way past your life that you're living in that moment. It's like an eternity. The lessons that you have to learn, I think they keep getting presented to you until you pass them.
I agree, yeah.
And if you do something that crazy just to prove something in that moment, the recourse and the repercussions, I think, are infinity. It's not worth it. It just doesn't seem logical.
Yeah.
you know. And I think we just got to stop taking and, you know, just getting mad over dumb shit. Like
taking it too far and just keep going with it.
Well, you know, it was crazy because of the fact that he passed, Reggie, a lot of people came in my life, and every time somebody dies, there's always that person that calls and says we can't let, you know, we have to appreciate our friends while they're here.
Absolutely.
And it's usually a death that brings you to that realization. And for me, I've been like, I don't want to like have something really bad make me aware of what I should be doing in the first place, which is being cool and giving love.
Right.
Why does it take that?
I learned that myself. Like when I got shot up, you know, it was like the appreciation I had after the fact. It was, you know, a little more vivid. You know, I did things a lot different, but it didn't have to take getting shot for me to wake up to the reality of treating people a certain way and you know, being a better father and, you know, better man. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take all that shit to really wake people up. But
what was coming out of my conversations with certain people was like, you know, despite the way I feel, we got to be cool and look past it. I'm like, despite the way you feel, like how you feel. And, you know, certain people would be mad at me just over like conversations.
So holding on to feel, they were holding on to
Well, it would be
something.
like, you know, someone, like literally, I can be cool with somebody for years, 20 years straight, and my actions are positive for them, always to embrace them and help them and empower them and always do the right thing by them. But because of like a conversation that may last 5 minutes, that vibration or whatever it was that came out of my mouth overrides every single good thing that I did, and it will make a person not speak to a person for years. A conversation, not an action. And as men, I just find that to be, it's like petty, you know what I'm saying? And men are supposed to be able to talk. And I don't really ever judge a man by what he says. I really only judge a person by what they do. So sometimes people sound all frantic and crazy and this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, they haven't done anything. And people get worried and panic, and it's like, are you worried over an action or you're worried over something somebody said? And people get mad and judge, and I'm not fucking with them. You're not fucking with somebody because they have a difference of opinion than you, or they may be telling you something about yourself that you don't like, you know, but their actions have been nothing but positive towards you. You know, that's where I think that sensitivity and the way we judge each other as culturally, like it's the kind of shit that breaks up families. Like you don't mess with your brother or your cousin because of something they said. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't mess with some dude, you know, I don't fuck with him, even though he's done all this good shit just because of something they said. That makes you not fuck with somebody.
A mistake.
It makes someone from one culture disrespect someone else from the same culture just because y'all got a difference of opinion. Not work with them because y'all have a difference of opinion. See, that's where other cultures are smarter than us, because even though they have a difference of opinion, not to say like moral opinion or something that you know where you know it compromises your integrity or makes you do something that you're against, but just a difference of point of view. We don't mess with each other. We don't work with each other, but they do. They still work with each other.
It's like we got to get back in the mode of just learning how to agree to disagree.
Being so sensitive.
How to agree to, you know,
why is everyone so sensitive? And there's so many other things to be upset about. And why don't you judge people Why don't you judge people by their action? You know, their intent. Like in the moment of a conversation, you don't always say exactly what you mean. It's an emotional reflex. It's not a strategic thing. Conversation isn't like script written. It's something that comes from like a reflex. So sometimes you don't even say the right stuff in the conversation. But, you know, you can't judge a person for 5 minutes and they've been doing right by you for 20, 30, 10, 15, all these years.
It's like dropping people off of one thing or like one disagreement. It's
like regardless of what, we have to appreciate the moment without tragedy making us appreciate it. Then you can really have fun with it. Because when you appreciate good things while you're sad, you really can't have fun with it. Appreciate good things while things are good. And in between the bad things that you can't control, you should enjoy life to the fullest. Like my thing is like, yo, if it ain't about jail or death, I'm desensitized. I don't have too much rap for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could fix things, then you all right. If you got freedom, you're not in jail, you know, you got your health, you know, you got your family, anything in between that ain't really worth too much. And it took me to have a lot of pain in my life, like losing Aaliyah, losing my mother, losing my uncle, losing my friends, to really appreciate how good life is in the moment. And to really, like, you know, despite the tragedies, now when I have tragedies, I look at, like, everyone goes through tragedies, but look how good my condition is when I go through a tragedy compared to somebody else's. But in life, we all go through fucked up shit.
You're going to.
We're human. You know, we're not exempt. I mean, we're here on this planet to get tests put in front of us, for us to pass tests and for us to evolve. And one of the things we got to stop doing is holding on to bullshit for no reason, not being friends with somebody because of a difference of opinion. you know, not trying to help each other because we just, you know, don't see things the same way. That's petty.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. That's not really no real man or adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to internal fighting. Like when I really look at it, the people that have hurt me the most have always been the closest to me. We were just discussing it because my guards are down. If you're my best friend or you're my family or we married or something like that, there's no defense. I trust in you 100%.
Yeah.
You know all my secrets.
Because that's
you know
hell
where
to live in
everything
defense.
is. You know how I react to things.
Right.
And each and every time, the people that have hurt me the most have been the ones that have known the most about me, that were the closest to me, the ones that I didn't have any defense for.
Yeah.
Almost to the extent it's like, if you're gonna punch me in my face, just do it. And that's how I wear that, because I have so much love for you. I might not have to fuck with you after that because you physically did something that's fucked up, but I'm not gonna react so much. And everyone knows that's how I am. You know, I'm not petty like that. But you know, definitely my condolences to Damien's family, and my condolences to Ed Wood's family. My condolences to Reggie Osei, his family, and you know, he left a legacy, and him starting out as a lawyer and being able to embrace his creative side.
Sure.
And transition into that was you know, a good thing to see, and it should just make us understand how much we have to appreciate our health. You know, there's things that we can't control. You know, fuck the street and getting killed. You know, people are starting to just die naturally just because they don't take care of themselves. And I don't know really what happened with Reg, but that's why you got to appreciate life so much, because you never know when God feels like taking you and the way he want to take you and how quick he wants to take you. You have no control over that. And then you have to answer for everything you've done wrong. You know, I've seen people know that they're going to die and be scared of where they're going to go because they don't feel they did right on this planet. You know what I'm saying? And that moment of fear that you're about to meet your maker, like when you leave this planet, are you going to be worried or are you going to be confident? I know I'm going to be confident because 100% I've always tried to do the right thing consciously. I've always tried to give, my intent has always been 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I feel no guilt. That's why I'm so happy, because I'm guilt-free. You notice people that do a lot of fucked up shit are worried, they're unhappy. You know, they're always full of fucking nervous energy. Yeah. It's because they're guilty.
Worried that somebody's going to get them back.
They're just guilty. They just know they're doing things wrong, and they have to overcompensate behind it. But you know, I sleep with a guilt-free conscience every day because I know I did right 100%. I know I didn't look the other way. There's no skeleton in my closet. I have none. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's happening? This is the big homie Kenyatta. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And if you haven't already, hit the notification so you can get an alert each and every time our hip-hop motivation videos come up. And also, thank you for your support. Peace and blessings.
This week on DDN.
So while you work out, you're not diabetic?
Continuing the debate between David Kane and Layla Africa, traditional versus non-traditional doctors.
Just throw it in the
Can
muscle.
I ask a question?
This is your show, bro.
But I'm just saying.
You can ask me to lead.
We believe that connected devices like these kinds
CEO
of
Jeff Dutchess teaches us how to track your diabetes using OneDrop.
can transform healthcare today.
So you're about to make a quiche without crust?
Raquel makes a delicious breakfast frittata.
Yep.
All right.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
So good. Being in love with someone that loves the same thing you love.
And entrepreneurial life with special guest Linnell Jackson.
And we get to create the things that we love. And that's what we monetize.
For the full episode, check out our YouTube channel and DameDashStudios.com.
Listen, for mad years I walked around with my neck looking like a Nestle Crunch bar. I had to do something about it. What I found is that a razor bump is nothing but an ingrown hair that curls into the skin and causes the skin to become enlarged or inflamed, making it look like a bump. But it's not a pimple. It's a hair that grows into the skin causing inflammation. You have to remove that hair, and then you have to use yourself a nice skin astringent, something that can do the trick, something that can get rid of those razor bumps. So what did I create? Bump Assassin, organic skin astringent. To order your own bottle of Bump Assassin, go to hiphopmotivation.bigcartel.com.
When
when you writing a book, Dave?
I'm writing. I also have a book. You know, I have a book called Culture Vultures. Yeah,
what's it called?
It's called Culture Vultures. I did. Have you ever looked at the hip hop motivations that I do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So me and Kenyatta did a book, and it's already written. He wrote it. We done with it, and I'm also giving it out in different ways. So it's gonna be an auditory experience as well.
It's a series. The Fashion Game. Culture Vultures, the book. In business, Damon's a guy that's worn many hats.
Yo, you can either think of a master plan or get mastered by somebody else's plan. Check it. As a barber, one of the most important life lessons I learned is to never do anything without seeing the ending result first. Before I understood the value of seeing results, I used to waste a lot of time sometimes doing double work because I didn't have a vision of where I was going. Then I started taking consultations more serious by not even turning on my clippers until I had a clear understanding of the result my client was planning to see. And in turn, it became easier to achieve the style they wanted to see in half the time. Real talk, the most successful barbers and beauticians are the ones that see the ending results before they start any service. Write this down. Before making any moves, know where you're going. Deciding from thoughts of being sick and tired of something, starting something, or admiring something can be the emotions that fuel change. Because write this down. Emotion leads to passion, passion leads to action, and action leads to results. Word up. Question: what's the number one killer of dreams? If you said fear, you're wrong. Fear is on the list, but it's not the number one killer. The number one killer of dreams is comfort. The comfort of a good paying job or in an active relationship can seduce us for many years into the rhythm of accepting things without making any moves to change, further numbing us into a state of zombie-like passiveness. Write this down. Passiveness will cause your dreams to pass you by.
Dash thing. Nah, I don't want to chill out, bro. You know what I want to do? Believe in yourself. Build your own personal wealth. Then that becomes personal health. I think I'm rhyming. How about that?
Everything go down here. Just gotta, know what I mean, be a little smart.
I see you grooving right now, dude.
I was in my groove.
Yeah.
I started daydreaming. I started thinking about something. Like
I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to spend all kinds of money. Like the dollar, like the euro, like the pound, like the franc pause, I like the yen.